Welcome to practice today. We're going to be focusing on the Hogshi massage sequence, a Japanese Okido way of doing self-massage. No one else knows what you feel like more than you. So we're going to explore our own bodies, see if we can find bits of tightness and tension, move our chi through the body, through the fascia, the connective tissue in the body, and maybe invite a little more healing to places where our energy might be stuck or not flowing as we need it to. So let's start. Let's find our wrists. So I'm sitting in the Japanese Seiza style. You might be cross-legged. You can start this practice in a chair, but we will be mostly on the floor, so it might be easier if you're on the floor. And just start to notice how your hands are. Hands have our attention most of the time, but we'll be also working into our feet and toes as well. So there's 52 bones in the hands, 26 in each. See if you can find every one of them. You might like to take a tight fist and then flick them out. Let's take our fingers and draw the fingers back so we feel that strong stretch down the front of the arm. You might like to reverse it. And then we'll do same on the other side. And let's bring our hands down to the ground and just pour into the ground. See if you can shift all your weight onto one arm and then the other. And then you might like to walk forward, maybe wag the tail a little as well. Just bring your weight over the hands. You might even drop the body down, bend the elbows. And we'll come back. All right, let's try our toes now. We're going to rock onto our toes. So we're sitting in a squat, maybe a deep sigh, strong sensation. And then we'll untuck the toes, rock back, lift the knees. And we're going to move through these 2 points. See if you can find a little bit of a flow. We're starting to connect with our stomach and spleen meridians, our earth element. And you might like to just rock back. There's a point on our stomach meridian right where our foot meets our leg, right in that kind of natural indent between the two tendons. You might like to just focus on that for a moment. All right, let's bring our arms down onto the body and just shift your weight. You might like to do one leg at a time, whatever's easiest for you. We're turning palm down to palm up and just leaning and shifting and sinking your weight in. So we want our elbow to be on the outside of the femur. We're tracing our stomach meridian up the body. And let's try on the other side. Same feeling. Sinking, pouring weight in. Some people will be fine to really press their elbow in. Some people might find this too intense. Let's notice how your body's feeling on this day. right, let's bring feet together now. We'll draw feet together, knees wide, and maybe a little exploration of our sit bones. All right, feel yourself be like a spinning top. And we've got our heel of the palm, our Laogum point. This is on our pericardium meridian, our heart protector. And we're bringing that right over liver number 3, the great rushing point. This is in between our kind of second and third toes on the front of the foot. So you might like to just bring your attention under the palm on top of the foot. All right, we're going to take our legs now into that sort of zigzag shape. So you've got one externally rotated and one internally rotated. Shift your weight so that your shoulder is over your palm. And we're sinking down now onto the inner side of our leg, the inner shin bone. Working the way up the leg. This is our spleen meridian, the yin meridian for the earth element. And then you might like to, just like we did on the outside of the leg, the stomach meridian, now we're on the spleen meridian. You might like to roll up from just above the knee right up into the crease in between the leg and the body. Try and get away from the idea of fixing or tweaking. Just get into that feeling of just sinking the weight into the points. We're inviting our healing to flow itself. And you might like to come up and just press into the bottom of the foot. Sink your weight into here. Maybe a deep sigh. And slowly bringing the leg up. You might like to just windscreen wiper from side to side. And same on the other side, zigzag the legs. We're going to sink our weight into the heel of the palm. We're working our way up the leg. And you might switch to above the knee, sinking, pouring the weight. Just notice how your body feels. The more grounded you become, the more the energy moves away from busy problem-solving mind. Maybe the more calm you'll become, the more ease you'll find in your day, maybe. And slowly coming up, let's open through both hips now. Okay, we're going to go back to our first leg. Just pick the leg up at the ankle. Do a little wave to the camera. May like to roll the ankle. See if you can really let it go. And then we'll cradle that leg, one hand on the knee, one hand on the foot. Let your extended leg move around, doesn't have to be fixed. Might have all kinds of cracks and pops in the various joints of the body, that's okay. And then we'll draw the knee in towards the other knee. Looks awkward. And then just leave the foot where it is and open out to the other side. So just notice whatever range of movement your body will allow. Maybe the sit bones comes off the ground. Keep breathing. And then we're going to grab hook our hand around the foot and just bring the heel to the sit bone and then draw the knee to the chest. You might come down onto your elbow maybe. Ready, let's come back up. Take our feet out. You might like to just rock a little side to side. And then when you're ready, straight to the other side, lift the foot up, shake it out. Get rid of all that tightness and tension. You might roll it. You might shake it again. So much energy can get blocked in our ankle joints. All right, let's take our knee, take our foot open. Just listen to your next breath come. Next breath go. All right, let's turn our knee in towards the other knee again. And then all the way out, keeping the foot where it is. Everyone will look a little different when they do this. I'm not trying to force or push anything or get anywhere. We're just inviting our chi to flow through the body. And we'll hook our hands around the foot. Might come down onto the elbow. Ready, let's come back up. Take the legs wide again, just let it go. All right, we're going to roll onto one sit bone and come back where we were at the start and just take a little tour of your sit bone. So sit up as tall as you can. You might roll behind, you might roll forward. Just see if you can find every side of the sit bone, just on one side of the body. You might change direction. Okay, let's come back onto our elbow now, and we're going to roll from tailbone out to hip. So from the sacrum across to the greater trochanter, the point where your leg bone meets your pelvic girdle. So many names for it. Your ilium. So try and find a little more, if you're just going back and forth, try and find a little more of a kind of figure eight shape. If you feel awkward, welcome to the club. Just let the ground support you. And then we're going to roll back and just find the base of your spine. You might like to just roll around on that. Every corner, maybe legs come one side then the other. And then we'll sit back up. Let's roll into our other sit bone. Just take your time. Might go roll forward, roll back. Just find every side of it. Pretty much no way to look cool while you do this. So if you're trying to look cool, give up on it. When you're ready, drop down onto the elbow. This one is the one where we roll from elbow across to the hip. 3 glute muscles, glute med, glute max, glute min, all stacked on top of one another. See if you can find any blocked energy there. Get that snaking figure eight shape if you can. And then we're back to the tailbone. And when you're ready, just rolling back up. Let's bring our hands back to the feet. Big sigh. So our whole practice today has all been lower body. We are going to finish on one little upper body thing, which is our shoulders. So let's roll down onto one side again. And we're going to just bring our hands to stack. Let your head be heavy. Reach the top arm forward and then roll it back just a little. Make sure the head stays on the ground. Maybe you can reach a little further or roll back a little further. Let your head be heavy. No effort in the neck. We're massaging the shoulder that's on the ground. Maybe your head turns all the way to the other side, maybe not. All right, let's bring our head onto our arm now. A little bit more subtle. We're going to roll our shoulder down, roll it back. Keep the head on the arm. Make sure there's no pressure in your neck. You want neck to be really heavy here. And then when you're ready, take the arm behind the body. Keep the shoulder as low to the ground as you can. This one is real subtle. Just rolling the front shoulder down, pulling it back. Let your arm be right behind the body, palm down to the floor, head stays on the ground. And we're slowly going to push up and take your time coming back to sit. Notice how you feel on that side of the body, maybe a little lopsided. You might like to just roll your head, and then we'll come down to the other side. Same movement, stack the knees, stack the hips, front or top arm reaches forward and then rolls back. Keep that head on the ground. Reach just a little further. Let's take our head onto the arm, keep it really heavy. We're rolling forward and back. Maybe the nose comes nearly down to the ground. Keep it heavy. Notice if you're trying to lift the head up. Head always wants to control. And then whenever you're ready, take that arm behind the body. A little bit awkward. Shoulder heavy. Roll the top shoulder back. Let it drop forward. Um, when you're ready, press yourself up. Notice how you feel. You might like to roll the shoulders. Bring your hands back onto the body. Maybe let the head be heavy. Just take a little circle. We have arrived right back where we started. So just scan through the whole body. It's this awareness that might help give us the intention to come back and practice and prioritize our health and happiness. Let's bring our palms together just like we did at the start. And as always, a moment to acknowledge with gratitude our choice to practice. And then we'll bow to each other.